That's what Jennifer Lopez. She married that billionaire. All of that was going on when Diddy was harassing her. Last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million.
Ever since the controversy surrounding Diddy exploded into the public eye, Jaguar Wright has been one of the loudest voices discussing what she believes has been happening behind the scenes. Drawing on her own years around the music business, Jaguar has repeatedly shared stories, theories, and personal claims about powerful figures in entertainment. And now, the conversation is getting even more intense. She has raised questions about Diddy's private health and personal relationships, suggesting there may be details the public still doesn't know. However, these remain Jaguar's claims and speculation, and there is no verified public evidence establishing the private medical information she has discussed. That distinction matters because rumors about someone's health can spread crazy fast online.
What does the entertainment landscape look like, Diddy coming home in 30 days?
Same as it look now, bleak.
Instead of treating those rumors as confirmed facts, the bigger story is how Jaguar continues to use her industry experience to challenge the public image surrounding Diddy. She has never been shy about saying exactly what she thinks, and she recently weighed in on the possibility of him being released earlier than expected. Her comments immediately got people talking again, especially because she has spent years presenting herself as someone willing to speak on subjects that other industry insiders would rather leave alone. But Jaguar's broader argument goes beyond just one celebrity. She often claims that the entertainment industry has a pattern of shifting public attention from one major controversy to another. In her telling, whenever one famous figure becomes the center of headlines, questions surrounding other influential people can quickly disappear from the conversation. That has led her to encourage audiences to look closely at industry friendships, business connections, and the way celebrities sometimes create distance from associates once controversy becomes too hot. Still, being connected to someone does not automatically prove involvement in that person's alleged actions. That's where this whole situation gets messy. Photos, collaborations, parties, business relationships, and old friendships can easily be pulled out of context once social media starts digging through the past.
But then, a recently amended complaint was filed that says that Celebrity A is actually Jay-Z, real name Sean Carter, one of the richest people and maybe well-known people in the entertainment industry. Also, this amended complaint still lists a second alleged unidentified participant here, a female who's accused of watching this, only identified as Celebrity B. A lot of speculation about who this person could be if this story is in fact true, but Celebrity B, according to this Jane Doe accuser, was in that room when this alleged assault took place.
Jaguar's comments have helped fuel that kind of online detective work, with viewers revisiting old interviews and connections while trying to figure out which relationships actually mattered and which ones were simply normal parts of working in the same industry. And with every new headline, those old connections seem to get examined all over again. The real tension comes from the gap between what has actually been verified and what insiders, commentators, and online audiences believe could still be hiding beneath the surface. Jaguar Wright has also spoken about a highly controversial lawsuit that pulled several major entertainment names into the online conversation. The case included serious allegations involving an incident the accuser said happened when she was very young. Once the lawsuit became public, social media went into overdrive. Rumors started flying everywhere, and online users began trying to identify other celebrities they believed could somehow be connected to the story. Some even dragged Beyoncé's name into the speculation, despite there being no verified basis to present those internet theories as fact. The legal situation quickly became a major talking point, but the story didn't stay simple for long. The allegations were challenged, questions emerged about the reliability of the account, and the lawsuit was eventually dismissed. That outcome caused another wave of debate online, with some people focusing on inconsistencies surrounding the allegations, while others questioned how such a huge story had gained so much attention before all the details were clear.
Yeah, no, I mean, he spent so much time lying about being innocent, I could see why that would be a big deal for him. But the truth is, he should have just followed all those white boys that he likes to emulate and just paid. Should just paid. Hey, get it over. Pay Nikki, get it over with. Pay me, get it over with.
And come on, man.
It became another example of how fast an explosive celebrity accusation can travel before the public has the complete picture. Jaguar, however, continued questioning what she believes happens behind closed doors when powerful entertainment figures face major accusations. While discussing comments about fighting allegations rather than simply paying to make them disappear, she suggested there could be more happening internally than audiences ever get to see. But that remains her interpretation, not established fact. Without solid evidence, claims about secret pressure, private deals, or hidden influence should be treated as speculation rather than proof of some bigger scheme. Then Jaguar pushed the conversation into even more sensitive territory. She began discussing rumors about Diddy's private health and suggesting that other celebrities who allegedly had personal connections with him could have faced health concerns as well. One famous name brought into that discussion was Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson's younger sister and an icon in her own right. But this is where the claims need some serious context. A person's medical status is private, and there is no reliable public evidence establishing that Diddy or Janet Jackson has the condition Jaguar has discussed, much less that one person passed a condition to another. Turning speculation about private health matters into a confirmed celebrity list would cross the line from commentary into unsupported medical claims. Still, Jaguar's comments sent online discussions into another gear, with viewers digging through old celebrity connections and trying to understand why Janet's name had entered the conversation in the first place. Jaguar also brought Janet Jackson into her commentary.
There's a lot of entrapment relationships. There's a lot of setup relationships. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, let me ask this, because we live in a world of truth now.
But meanwhile, when she married that billionaire, all of that was going on when Diddy was harassing her.
Oh.
Because he's been harassing her.
Making claims about what Janet supposedly had to do to distance herself from Diddy's circle. She went even further by making serious claims about Janet's private health. But there's an important line between a dramatic allegation and a verified fact. There is no reliable public evidence confirming that Diddy passed a medical condition to Janet, so those claims should be treated as unverified speculation rather than something that definitely happened. Another celebrity Jaguar has discussed is rapper Young Miami, whose public connection with Diddy attracted plenty of attention long before his controversies dominated the headlines. Their relationship had already been heavily discussed online, but once Diddy became surrounded by legal problems and disturbing allegations, people started looking at that relationship through a completely different lens. Old interviews, public appearances, social media posts, and comments were suddenly being pulled back into the spotlight. Jaguar and other commentators have made provocative claims about Young Miami's involvement in Diddy's private lifestyle. Some online discussions have portrayed her as a willing participant in controversial adult gatherings, but those descriptions remain allegations and should not be presented as established facts. Jaguar also used harsh language when describing what she believed Young Miami's role was in Diddy's life.
This anonymous accuser who says the two men raped her at a VMA's after party in 2000, the Video Music Awards. And this woman claims that she was raped when she was 13 years old. The original lawsuit was filed in October, and it named only Sean Combs, and it identified his alleged accomplice as Celebrity A.
Pushing the conversation far beyond what has actually been publicly verified. That's what made the story blow up across social media. People weren't simply discussing who dated whom anymore. They were questioning how much the people around Diddy actually knew about his private world, while rumors and confirmed information became increasingly difficult to separate. Next in Jaguar Wright's commentary is Diddy's former girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez. Ever since Diddy's legal troubles became major news, J-Lo's past connection with him has been dragged back into the spotlight. Their relationship happened decades ago, but that hasn't stopped commentators and social media users from digging through old headlines and questioning what really happened during that chaotic period. One major story people keep revisiting is the 1999 Club New York incident. Jennifer Lopez was with Diddy that night, and both were initially taken into custody as authorities investigated what happened. Lopez was released and was not charged. Years later, producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones made additional allegations in a lawsuit involving Diddy, and online discussions once again pulled J-Lo into the controversy. But accusations made in a lawsuit are still allegations unless they are proven, so they shouldn't automatically be treated as established facts. Jaguar has also repeated claims about J-Lo's reputation away from the cameras. She suggested that some people around the Hamptons weren't exactly excited about Lopez being in their neighborhood.
Oh, sure.
For years.
Janet, yeah.
And they won't talk about it.
I see him.
So when I hear Orlando bringing up the Janet Jackson thing and saying it in his little code word, I know what that means. I know what he's saying. But the truth is Janet is under heavy scrutiny. She did what she had to do to survive.
Allegedly because of controversies connected to her past. Again, that's Jaguar's version of events, not something that can simply be stated as confirmed. Still, comments like these have kept J-Lo's name circulating whenever people start revisiting Diddy's old relationships and social circles. And Jaguar definitely hasn't softened her opinions about Lopez over the years. She has openly criticized J-Lo's public image and questioned the authenticity of her music career, even claiming that Lopez's success was built on an image that didn't match what Jaguar believed was happening behind the scenes. She has also taken shots at J-Lo's singing ability, making it clear that her criticism goes far beyond Diddy. Jaguar even portrayed Diddy and Lopez as two extremely strong personalities who could challenge each other in ways other partners supposedly couldn't. Whether people agree with Jaguar or think she's taking things way too far, her comments have given social media another reason to dig through a celebrity relationship that ended years ago.
Truth is, you got paid all of that money so you wouldn't go to the police. You got paid all of that money to convince workers to come and take the damage that you don't want to take on the days when you just want to enjoy the 2C without the work. You know what I'm saying?
And examine it through the lens of today's controversies. Jaguar Wright has also aimed some of her commentary at Beyoncé, including making unverified claims involving extremely private health matters. She hasn't stopped there either. Jaguar has questioned different parts of Beyoncé's career and public image, presenting her own theories about how the entertainment business operates behind closed doors. But there is no reliable public evidence supporting claims about Beyoncé having the private medical condition Jaguar has discussed, so those statements should remain clearly labeled as speculation rather than fact. Another surprising celebrity whose name has surfaced in the wider conversation is supermodel Naomi Campbell. Over the years, Naomi has attended events alongside many powerful figures in entertainment.
You know, and she wanted to be Barbie and she wanted to have Ken. But if you were to really find the doll that would really display their relationship best, you had to get one of those little dominatrix dolls for her. And then you got to get the alcoholic one for him.
Fashion and business, and old photographs and celebrity connections have naturally resurfaced as people examine Diddy's social circle. However, attending the same parties or knowing someone socially does not establish involvement in any alleged misconduct. Online discussions can make those connections look much more suspicious than the available evidence actually shows. Jaguar has made another explosive allegation involving supposed private recordings from adult gatherings. According to her claims, Diddy allegedly possessed recordings involving famous people and may have considered using or selling that material while facing mounting legal and financial pressure. That is an extremely serious allegation, and it has not been established as fact simply because Jaguar or other commentators have discussed it. Still,
and then every time you play with him, he gets to drink.
Oh, shit.
Like, they should have toys that are real so kids don't have unrealistic expectations of where this grown-up shit goes.
Talking about Batman.
Batman and not Catwoman. He'd have been better off with Halle Berry if he wanted to get a little some color on it. He should have went with Halle Berry.
the idea of private celebrity footage potentially existing has created a storm of online speculation. People immediately began wondering which famous names could theoretically appear in such material, whether any recordings actually exist, and how much of this story comes from verifiable evidence versus rumors spreading through the entertainment world. Jaguar Wright has claimed that several well-known celebrities, both men and women, appeared in supposed private recordings connected to Diddy's adult gatherings. Those claims immediately sent social media into detective mode, but the existence and contents of many of these alleged recordings have not been publicly verified, so celebrity names mentioned in connection with them should not automatically be treated as confirmed participants. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, has also publicly discussed his memories of Diddy's relationships and the environment around him. One person who frequently comes up in those stories is Kim Porter, Diddy's longtime former partner and the mother of several of his children. Their relationship stretched across different periods, before Diddy later became publicly involved with Cassie, making Kim an important part of the timeline people continue examining. Gene has described moments when, according to his recollection,
through a bit, calming through a bit, calming through a bit, calming through a bit. And you got to sit down and you got to take your time and look at it. What these files prove is that there are no roots, is that nothing has ever been fair. It's been being covered up. Like, that's the point.
Kim would stand her ground during disagreements with Diddy. Those stories provide one former employee's perspective on a complicated relationship, but they still need to be presented as his account, rather than unquestioned fact. As more former associates share their memories, audiences are hearing very different versions of what life inside Diddy's inner circle was allegedly like. Gene Deal has also spoken about Cassie and what he claims life around Diddy was like during their relationship. According to Gene's account, Cassie was allegedly pushed toward an adult lifestyle that she may not always have been comfortable with. That subject has sparked plenty of online speculation about Cassie's private health as well. However, rumors claiming that Cassie contracted a specific medical condition from Diddy are not verified, and private health information shouldn't be presented as fact without reliable evidence. Gene has made serious claims about Kim Porter too, describing an alleged physical confrontation during her complicated on and off relationship with Diddy. Because these are sensitive accusations involving harmful behavior, the details are better kept non-graphic. What makes Gene's story especially striking is that Kim and Diddy shared a long history together and raised children together, meaning their relationship went far beyond a short celebrity romance.
Considering that the is selling his own God evidence that would put him in jail against him on the dark net to the highest bidder, why would he sell evidence of his debauchery and savagery? Why would he sell on the dark net?
Then there's the alleged audio involving Cassie, which added another layer to the online storm. Gene reacted publicly to a recording said to feature Cassie angrily confronting someone who supposedly knew about private adult footage connected to Diddy's circle. But claims surrounding the recording, its context, and any supposed footage need to be carefully separated from what has actually been authenticated. That distinction is huge. Between former employees sharing stories, leaked material appearing online, and social media filling in the blanks, it can become incredibly difficult to tell where documented information ends and celebrity rumor begins. And that alleged recording wasn't the only thing Gene Deal had something to say about. As more stories from Diddy's past resurfaced, Gene continued describing what he says he witnessed while working close to the bad boy circle. His perspective is different from outside commentators because he claims to have personally spent time around Diddy, his associates, and some of the women who were part of his life. Still, these are Gene's recollections, and individual claims should be separated from facts established through reliable evidence. One major theme in Gene's interviews has been the difference between Diddy's polished public image and the personality Gene says people around him experienced privately. According to Gene, tensions could sometimes build behind closed doors, even while everything looks smooth in public.
His tapes are just terrible. Wanna know why? Because he doesn't intend to stand trial.
Is he protecting people or are people protecting him?
Oh no, he's selling it because he needs the cash. The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor.
That contrast has become especially important now that old interviews, photographs, and stories are being examined with completely different eyes. Cassie's own allegations later added another dimension to that timeline. In her civil lawsuit, she described a relationship she said involved control, intimidation, and pressure surrounding private adult situations. Diddy denied many of the lawsuit's allegations, and the case was settled shortly after it was filed, without the settlement itself determining that every allegation was true. Then, in 2024, hotel surveillance footage published by CNN showed Diddy physically confronting Cassie in a hallway during a 2016 incident. Diddy later posted an apology, addressing his behavior in the footage. That verified video changed the context dramatically, because audiences were no longer dealing only with secondhand industry stories, and it also raised fresh questions about what former members of Diddy's inner circle had been trying to describe for years. That footage also put fresh attention on the people who had been around Diddy during different stages of his career. Suddenly, comments that once sounded like random celebrity gossip were being replayed and examined much more carefully. Former employees, artists, producers, and associates had all told different stories over the years.
Going through the same thing she was going through, and that was Kim Porter. So people ask me, yo, and they send me clips of Cassie, I guess it's an affidavit to the courts, you know, of what she experienced. And it's like, it was the same thing Kim was going through. The same thing, bro. Kim was going through the same thing, the beatings, you know what I'm saying?
But the challenge was figuring out which accounts could actually be backed up and which remained personal recollections or rumors. Gene Deal's interviews became part of that bigger picture. He has repeatedly suggested that the atmosphere surrounding Diddy could be very different once the cameras disappeared. But Gene's memories still represent his perspective. Being close to someone can provide first-hand insight, yet it doesn't automatically verify every story told years later. That distinction becomes even more important when social media clips interviews into short segments that can remove important context. Cassie's case also encouraged people to revisit statements from other individuals who had previously spoken about uncomfortable experiences within powerful entertainment circles. Some stories involved professional pressure, others focused on personal relationships, and still others described environments where saying no could allegedly have serious consequences for someone's career. These accounts aren't interchangeable, and each claim has to stand on its own evidence. At the same time, Diddy's enormous influence in music helps explain why these stories have attracted so much attention. For decades, he wasn't simply an artist. He was a label executive, producer, businessman, and gatekeeper, with connections stretching across entertainment. That kind of influence naturally creates questions about who felt comfortable challenging him and who may have believed staying silent was the safer career move. And that brings the focus back to Jaguar Wright's broader argument about the industry itself. Her claim has consistently been that celebrity scandals rarely exist in isolation.
Also accused him of trafficking in this lawsuit. How you feel about that? Well, you know, he get the trafficking because he took her to different states and had her perform acts with different, you know, male and different people, sometimes against her will.
Because behind every famous face is a much larger network of executives, employees, friends, business partners, and people who may have witnessed pieces of what was happening behind closed doors. For now, those are some of the major women Jaguar Wright has brought into her commentary, while discussing Diddy and the people who have crossed paths with him. But with Jaguar continuing to speak publicly, there's always a chance she could bring up more names, stories, or alleged behind-the-scenes details. Just remember that many of her statements remain allegations, opinions, or speculation, unless they're supported by reliable evidence. So now the question goes to you. How much of Jaguar's story do you believe? Do you think she genuinely knows information from her years around the music industry?
Is telling them that they seen a freak-off tape that wasn't supposed to get out, that wasn't supposed to be known to nobody or seen by nobody. If you tell them that you saw it and you saw some of the disgusting things that they were doing, wouldn't they react in that way?
Or do you think some of these claims have grown far beyond what the available evidence can actually prove? And when former insiders tell similar stories, does that make you look at the situation differently? Drop your thoughts in the comments and keep the discussion respectful. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more entertainment stories, and share this video with someone who follows these industry controversies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.